How y'all doing tonight? I was coming here tonight to talk to y'all about something that's really important. It's paramount. It's imperative. And you need to listen up real close like. Because this could mean the difference between your life and your death. So, what we're going to talk about tonight is bugging out. When the world comes to an end and they're crashing down around you and the terrorists are at the door, you got to go somewhere. You got to get out of this area. You got to get to safety. How are you going to do that unless you are prepared for it? I'm going to tell you how you're going to be prepared. First thing you got to do is just like I said, you got to escape. You got to get out the area. You can't just stay there sitting in your house like a turnip waiting on them to come kill you. Because they're going to come. They're going to come get you right there in your house. You got to have some place to go. So you go running up out of there. Just fast your little feet will carry you. Get plumb out that place and leave. Maybe it be your feet, maybe it be your car, but you done seen all them there movies and YouTubes. Them dang cars get all hung up on the highway. That's right, ain't no place to go. You can't get away in that car. You just gonna end up just like they did in that there one movie, stuck in a big old traffic jam. And while you stuck in that there traffic jam, that big wave from the ocean gonna come in and wash you plumb away. That's right. That's right, when that meteor hits. Or when that old Yosemite Sam or whatever that there super volcano they keep talking about out in the old Yellowstone, when it blows up, that's right. You're going to have someplace to go hide. You better have someplace to go. So you got to escape. You got to get out. And on your feet, it's always going to work. Unless you break a leg. But if you break a leg, you're probably going to be dead anyway. Shoot you like an old horse. So you get out there and you done escape now. Next thing, you got to have something to drink. Now this Mountain Lightning is about as good as Mountain Dew, but it'll do a little bit. It's something to drink anyway. That's good stuff. So anyway, you get you something there to drink. You got to have water. There's a bunch of ways to get water. A whole bunch of ways. You can steal it from your neighbor. Well, if he's got his BugOut stash and you know where it's at, so you know what I mean? If you don't steal it from your neighbor, what you could do, I guess you can go drink out of the creek. But I did that a few times. They'll give you trots. Have you out there sitting up beside a stump, you'll be out there for days. You better, if you're going to drink out of the creek just playing out, you better take some toilet paper. Because you're going to need it. Trust me. Woo. Anyway, you got to get that there water. You can use one of them, what do they call it, sippy straws or something like that. Yeah, you can get one of them, or you can get one of them water purifying things that's got that down to 16 million micrometers. It'll keep you from drinking in bad stuff. I guess that'd work too. You can make you a still too. Still's not that hard to make, but it takes some doing. You have to hide it out in the woods. You can make no more than water with it, you know what I mean. But you can also go ahead and just take your piece of white plastic with you, or clear plastic. You can stretch that out over the ground, put your cup down inside it, have a rock in there where it hangs down right above that cup and the water drip off in it, and the moisture out of the ground as the sun shines on it will condense on that piece of plastic and drop right in there. Condense too. Hey, like that there fancy word. That's about a $4 word I'm here to tell you. So that's the first thing you got to worry about. You got to have some water. And you know what? I've been all out in the woods around here, and I ain't never found it coming in a dead burn bottle right out in the woods. I guess it might, but I ain't never found it. So make sure you got a way to carry water. You can take a bottle with you, or you can take one of their army canteens. But you know, if you got a whole bunch of army equipment, like most people do, it kind of tips them off that you trying to escape, because you wearing all this army equipment. You want to be incognito. But you also want to be camouflaged. That's why I got my camouflage bibs on tonight when we talking about this. So you'll know how we're going to get up out of here. So we're going to escape. We're going to find us a drink of water. After we do get us some drink of water, we got to find some shelter. Well, you can find shelter in a lot of different ways. I'll tell you what. You can take one of them there poncho things. If you want to take all that army equipment, go ahead. Take that poncho. Or you can just take a regular old piece of tarp. I'd suggest you get brown or green or something blend in a little bit so they ain't finding your stash and stealing your food. You can also, oh, let me get your tool here. You can also get you one of these things right here. You got you one of these machetes. You can use it. You can chop down a tree with this thing. It's tough. Feller gave me this a long time ago. And I'll tell you what, I've cut down trees and bushes and woods and all kinds of stuff with this thing. Even killed a snake with it. So, while you out there cutting down stuff, you can cut down a bunch of fir tree stuff. That's evergreens, for ones of you that don't know what a fir tree is. It's not a near tree, it's a fir tree. So you cut that evergreens branch off, you stack them up and you get them right, it'll kind of repel the water off of you. Plus, it's kind of natural terrain. You got to replace it every few days, though. Maybe every week or so, because once you put it up there, well, it'll kind of get all dried out, and you don't want that. Next thing you got to find is food. Well, when you're running out and running off in your backpack, you can carry a few bottles of water, and you can carry a little bit to go with. You can also carry some food. Now, I'll tell you what I like. I like me some good old peanut butter. You know why I like peanut butter? Of course, look at here, 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. That's 190 calories. 140 calories of fat. Well, by God, that's practically a meal right there. You eat you 4 or 5 spoonfuls of that, and you got enough calories about to make a meal for only skinny people. Shoot, peanut butter's a great thing. It doesn't take up a lot of room. You can. I ain't got much left. I about ate it all. Good Lord. And you can go like them yuppies, I guess, and you can get you one of these Tiger milk bars. But you know what? I was looking at this here thing. It's 140 calories for this little bar. I get 2 tablespoons of this, that's 140 calories. Or 190 calories. I get more out of this than I do that Tiger milk, but you know, you can eat this too. You can also get these fancy granola type bars with nuts and stuff and a lot of protein there. That substitutes you for some meat for a few days. You can make one of them bars last at least 1 meal. Then you can get these little packets here with meat in them. This one's here is tuna, and it's in water. Probably better off get it in oil, because you can use that oil to oil your gear, oil your knife. You can do all kinds of stuff with that oil. But that's what you're going to need next. You're going to need some food. You get that there food, and you'll be in good shape. That'll get you out there in the woods anyway, where you away from all them people trying to kill you up, blow you up, drown you, or blow you up in a hurricane, or blow you up in that bad burn, the super volcano. That's what it was. So you done got out there, and now you got to find food and keep eating. Well, got to keep eating, but before you're going to keep eating, you got to have shelter. So you take that tarp, that machete that you got, big old machete, and you get you a house made up with that. Just a little old lean-to. That'll start you out. It ain't wintertime yet. Now, if it's wintertime, you got a whole new ball game, partner. A whole new ball game. You're going to have to find a place to get you some out of the weather a little bit. Make sure you got a good, thick sleeping bag if you can carry one of them with you. If you ain't got one, well, you better kill a bar. Better kill your bar and get his skin. Of course, killing a bar is kind of hard. So anyway, you try and get food. You can take one of these here crossbows. You know what I really like about a crossbow? I only got about 4 or 5 of them there. Well, they call them bolts. I don't know why they call them bolts. It's an arrow look like to me. But they got them there bolts. I can shoot them out and kill something with it. And if I miss, I go pick it up. Ain't like a gun. Don't make all that racket like a gun either. But I got my gun. Now let me show you. By God, man got to have a gun. I got this here gun. This one fancy ones. By God, look at here. Look at this thing. Breaks down. You just stick a shell right in the back end of there, close her up. You're ready to kill something. But it makes a lot of noise. You want to give away your position? You want to let them know where you at? I don't think so. I'm going to put my gun back in this case. I don't want to get it out where everybody can see it too much. They may not know it's a gun. I keep it in this case. So then you get out there in that there woods. You got you a gun or a crossbow. But like I say, that gun makes a bunch of noise. They'll hear it 3 hollers over. 3 ridge lines, 2 hollers, and a goat squeal. They'll hear it plumb over. So you better be careful using that there gun. Somebody come take your food and take your little house you built with your machete. That chewing back, you got to pack plenty of that too, because Can't get in the woods right at your backy. So, now you're looking for food, you're trying to kill them animals. You got to kill you a squirrel, kill you some rabbits. If you can get a bigger thing, you get a deer. Oh, that's some good eating there. You can skin him up, and you can save that hide too. And if you really ingenious, you can take it nice, stretch that hide out, scrape it all down good, and bust his head wide open. Get the brains out of it. You got to scrape you out a spot where you can put them brains in water, and you can tan that hide. No, I don't mean getting whooped. I know Daddy always said he's going to tan my hide, but that's not what we're talking about, is tanning hide. We're talking about making it last longer. Good gracious, city folk. So anyway, we got food, we got shelter, now we got to have some fire. Well, you ain't got no fire, you can't make any of that food hot. You gonna have to eat that deer raw. Ugh. I've seen them fellers on that one show biting the heart out of the deer and drinking his blood. I ain't drinking his blood. I might save it. Might make me blood pudding or something if I can figure out what the recipe was, but I ain't drinking it. That stuff's salty. Don't taste all that good. But anyway, alright, so yeah, I tried it once, okay? Anyhow, we gotta get far. Now I'll tell you what, these fellers going out and they getting this steel and they getting this flint and they getting this stick rubbing together and they doing all. I ain't going to all that trouble. My God, take a week to make fire. I'm taking a big lighter with me, or one of them little propane lighters. See, you can put a whole 10 of them in your backpack. So you have fire for a year. Sitting out there rubbing sticks together and making one of them bows to. I ain't doing all that. That's crazy. Well, you got to have information too. And I'll tell you what, when you go in there off the grid, you better throw that cell phone away. Y'all, you city slickers, them cell phones. They can track right where you're at with their cell phone. They'll know right to the meter where you're at. Meter, yeah, that's what them other countries use. They talk about them meters, right to the meter. Not to the inch, not the foot, but they talk about meter. They'll be right on you, right quick too. And you got to have your head covered too. Don't go out there with your head uncovered. You can wear a good hat, but you know, bandana just looks cool. See what I mean? That just looks cool. It looks like you belong out in the woods. Now, you got to have a change of clothes, so you need to take at least one weed. Let me show you here what I got. I got me some of this fancy stuff. Oops, I dropped my other stuff. I got me this here camouflaged woodland pattern. Hang on, let me look and see what the label says on it. It's one of them there camouflaged woodland pattern parka, cold weather. This thing here, it'll keep you warm, but you can zip the armpits out and let them air out a bit. Won't be as hot. It's one of them things, everybody calls them Gore-Tex. I don't know why they call it Gore-Tex. I never killed a Gore-Tex, but I guess if I could hunt it, I could kill it. But anyway, that there thing's camouflage. It match in. Now, I did buy some of them other uniforms. Got me some of them. And I'm going to show them to you. Got me some of this here desert camouflage. I don't know if I'm ever going to need it, but if I ever get out somewhere where it's all brown and dried out, that desert camouflage might do me good. Now, you got to cook too. And I'm going to tell you what, I don't like to eat all my food stuffed on a stick and stuck out over just a fire. So I got me one of these here Army canteen cups. Even got the letters US stamped on it. See, that'll make a whole bowl there. Got these little fancy handles that you can pull back. You can cook something up in good on that. Set it on a fire. Set it right there next to the fire on a rock. Pick it up. You can have morning coffee if you one of them coffee fiends. I don't drink that coffee stuff. Makes me stay up at night. So, that there's an important piece of equipment. That there canteen. Now, I know some of yous gonna go out there in the woods and get lost. Ain't got a clue where you're going. So you're gonna need one of these other critters. Where's it at? There it is. Knew it was in that pipe. You're gonna need one of these lensatic compasses. This thing here is pretty fancy. It'll tell you which direction's north all the time. Well, unless you get too near your truck and you're getting near some magnet, then it won't work too well. But you can mess with it. Why ain't it turning? It ain't turning. Alright, now it's turning. Helps you hold it level, I guess, or kind of level. But that there thing will get you out of a bind. You know you're at least going in the same direction all the time. You ain't walking around the woods in circles. just round and round and round, like some of them folks do. So that there might get you out the woods. You need to have one of them there things, a compass. Now, we go next. I was telling you all about how noise discipline, light discipline, they call it there in the Army, is important. And I showed you, you can take that big old shotgun out there, you can take that cotton picking bow out there and you can keep using them bolts, and if you run out of them, you can kill a bird, take his feathers and make you some arrows out of, or bolts or arrows or whatever they're called, out of a stick. But you know, one of my favorite weapons to use in a survival situation is just a little old simple BB gun. Now they're heavy, I grant you they're heavy, but my God, you look at there, how many BBs I got in that there thing. That's 6,000 BBs, 6,000 shots. You can knock a squirrel dead in his rear end with this thing. Knock him plumb out of a tree. You can kill a rabbit, you shoot him in the head. That's good eating there. So BB guns are a good thing to have too. You can get a little short one, stick it right in there. You don't need to have nothing else. You can just pump it up, put some BBs in it, and shoot all day. Now, in case you get hurt out there, you got to have things in case you get hurt. Some things you need, you get a big old cut where you was using that machete and you missed a stroke and cut your leg, you want to probably have some of these there butterfly closures and then something to wrap her up with. You can use some of them cravats or bandanas. But I'll tell you what, you using them, it don't often work all that well, because they liable to be dirty, get you all contaminated. So you want to make sure it's sterile. Sterile dressing. You can also go get them other fancy ones. I got me one of them around here somewhere. Let me find it. It's on my survival belt. I got it right here. My canteen's missing right now. I don't know what that did. I got me one of them fancy army dressings. I got me one of them fancy army dressings. I got some band-aids. And I got some of that there 550 cord. That stuff is fine. You can see that white stuff around. It's the thread from inside it. You can sew things up with that. You want to take something, maybe a needle and thread with you too. Just take a needle along. You got a whole bunch of 550 cord. You can just pull threads out of them. Use it so good. So that, make sure you got something for first aid, bandages and all. Now while you try and get food too, I almost forgot about this thing here. This thing's fancy. You can buy this right in Walmart too. All it be is just a little thin spool of wire. That's real thin wire. You can snare a squirrel with it. All you do is find that tree limb. He runs up and down, while you wander around out in the woods keeping yourself hid. You get to know where that squirrel's going. You can watch him run them down them tree limbs. You put a snare with little loop, like a little noose on it. He'll hang himself. You ain't even got to kill him. He'll kill himself by hanging. Then you can just go back and collect him up, eat him up, and have a good meal. Plenty of protein on a little old squirrel. I'm trying to look and see what else. Oh yeah, you got one of these. You might want one of these here survival vests. I got this in here in the yard sale. I ain't decided all what I'm going to use it for yet, but it looked pretty fancy to me. Anyway, I might have to put that on. I don't really know how it helps you survive, but they say it's a survival vest. And then you got the oh yeah, I almost forgot. You got always, every survivalist I've ever seen on the internet, every one of them's got some of these here things. Them there D-rings they call them. You can hook stuff on your backpack with that. You can climb a tree with it, use it on your rope. You probably want to take some rope along. Then you got to have you one of these here multi-tools. Ain't nothing better than a good multi-tool. Look there, you can, and you get out there and your teeth get acted up, you can pull one out. Provided you still got any. You ain't got none, well, I guess you ain't going to be pulling it. And then you got to have your personal hygiene kit. You can take it, it don't have to be nothing fancy. You ain't got to have fancy case circuits. All you do is get your little plastic box and shove a bar of soap in it. Maybe get some Q-tips, clean your ears out, keep that earwax out. Maybe a few baby wipes. I guess you want to, you could throw a toothbrush in there too. Every once in a while somebody needs a toothbrush. Nothing else, you can clean your toenails with it. Now I'm going to tell you something else. when you go out there, first thing all you city slickers want to do when you walk in the woods is you want to go out there and have all kinds of lights. Have them shining everywhere. I can see you from 3 miles away and kill you with my old squirrel rifle with a bunch of lights on, even in the dark. What you gonna go out there trying to hide and then turn on 15 lights for? That's crazy enough to get a man killed. That's why you don't make a fire at night either. Make a fire at dusk or dawn. Have your breakfast and stuff heated up then your supper. And if you're gonna make fire during the day, that's fine. Just don't make one bunch of green wood. Gonna make a whole bunch of smoke. You want seasoned wood. You want to look around on the ground until you find it. Let's see, what else I got over here that I got to show you. And this bug out bag's really important. It might be the difference between life and death. Oh, I got, here we go. Got my big old fancy rappelling rope. Army issue. I don't know how old it is. I guess it's good forever. Army used it a long time. And then I got the actual backpack. Let me get it up here and show it to you. I got me one of these large Army rucksacks. I've seen them on the internet. Every one of these fellers that's going to bug out got them a big old rucksack thing, backpack. Got this here metal frame, and they say that's just great. Feller I was reading or watching on the YouTube, he had that there frame, and he said it shifts the load up a little bit, makes you hunch over, makes it a whole lot easier to carry. I'll tell you what, I put a whole bunch of weight in it. I guess it might have been easier to carry, but I'd still rather have somebody else carry it for me. But if I got to carry it myself, I guess I'll use their frame on it so they can carry it for me, or I can carry it for myself, either way. So either way, that covers pretty much all your basics. You got to get out of here and escape. You got to have your water. You got to have some shelter, even if it's just a lean-to with a tarp up under. You got to catch food, whether it's a squirrel or rabbit, or you can eat the grubs after under an old tree stump. You can then also have to have fire. Like I said, you can go and buy all that magnesium, flints. You can get a stick, rub it together. You can do all that and go take in survival classes. Spend a whole bunch of money to learn to rub 2 sticks together trying to build a fire. Whew, makes me tired just thinking about it. I'm just going to get my lighter out, click her real good, and set her down there and light me a fire. You know what I mean? Now, as far as your firearms and all, like I say, you can take that good old breakdown shotgun out there. It's a good piece of technology, been around for years, but it's loud. It's loud as can be. And you know, if last resort comes, you can always get them with your old machete. Keep her sharp. Keep on, I need one of them butterflies. Anyway, the last thing you need is information. You gotta know when it's safe to come out that little hidey hole you done squirreled away in. Well, how you gonna know? You gonna take that there cell phone, let them track you right to the foot you at? I don't think so. I ain't gonna do it. You gonna get you one of them fancy radios with a wind-up crank on it. They come with a flashlight built in them too. You can take that there puppy, and you can listen in and see what they're doing. You can get them with all kinds of frequencies. You can make sure you know they're coming before they slip up on your hidey hole and steal your dead squirrel you're about to eat. So either way, this is BugOut Bob29. 29, why? I don't know. Everybody else on the internet got a number after their dad-burned name when they're talking about bugging out. So I figured I need a number after my name. So I figured 29 works. 29 and holding BugOut Bob29. Y'all have a good day.